What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Endgame. Guess what? Week 16 is here. It's finally ready to start already, just like that. And that means it's playoff time already, or round two of the playoffs. Some of you are in the championship week. I think it's interesting how every league is different, right? Some people are like, I'm starting the first round. Some people are like, hey, it's championship week. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's important. Pretty sure at this point of the season, if you're still playing, it's important. So we got a game tonight. It is the Saints and the Rams. We'll break down what to expect from that game. Maybe you got to start set decisions in play for tonight. And we're not just going to talk Thursday night. We'll get you ready for the weekend. Of course, we'll still be here live the rest of the weekend for you. We got a couple of Saturday games again. So we'll go just a little bit earlier on Saturday than usual. Just make sure we end in time. But here we go. Let's talk Thursday night. And I know we're going to get some questions about one of the guys who didn't play last week, but it sounds like he is playing this week. Chris Olave, what is the official word there?
Yeah, official word is he is in. They announced this pretty early in the week, so I feel fairly confident in Chris Olave this week.
So just roll with him like you usually would, which means high-end wide receiver 2, maybe even low-end receiver 1, depending on what your league looks like with all the receivers now also that are hurt. I guess he's more like a wide receiver 1. But you never know with that Saints offense. So last week, Derek Carr somehow looked good. And without Olave, does Derek Carr end the season strong, prove that he should still be a starting quarterback? Or is this a game where you're like, I don't think it's going to happen for him because it's against the Rams. It's a road game, right? Are you worried about Carr and the offense? You think the offense somehow looks good for 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel the same way I always feel about Carr, but it would be the Derek Carr thing to finish season strong and make the Saints think they do indeed have their guy going into next year again.
That would be a Derek Carr thing to do. Well, let's see what happens. Saints, hey, they are still pushing with that division. Just so happens where they are at, they could still win the division, make the playoffs. Somehow Saints are a strong playoff contender. Hey, I would much rather see the Saints than the Falcons in the playoffs. Just saying. We all know why. We all play fantasy. We know why. And we all have to agree. We're all either Saints or I guess Bucks fans. Aren't the Bucks still in it too?
Yeah, Bucks probably have the clearest path to winning that division, honestly. The only good thing about the Falcons making the playoffs is we get to see Bijan in the playoffs, but we probably wouldn't get to see Bijan in the playoffs. So, yeah.
No, we would. That's exactly the point. We would see Tyler Algier in the playoffs and Bijan Robinson get 5 carries. That's what we would see. So, yeah, let's go Saints. Geaux, go Saints, and go Bucks. I don't really care who it is as long as it's not the Falcons. Now for fantasy, let's talk Rams. They didn't, well, I guess they sort of destroyed the Commanders last week, but they didn't go ballistic. They didn't score like 50 points or anything. Stafford, Kupp, Puka, are these guys still just strong, set and forget?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, you can't feel as good about Stafford. It's not the Commanders, but it's still, he's at home. He's been playing great. Yeah, I think Stafford, Kupp, Puka, Kyren, yeah, these are guys you should feel fairly good about tonight.
Because one way of thinking is like, well, they were good but not amazing against the Commanders, which are, one of the worst pass defenses out there. The Saints are one of the better ones. But I think they'll probably just kind of put up similar stats. To me, Stafford is he just kind of is what he is, right? He's pretty much a solid. You need a guy. You're still trying to replace Herbert, Burrow, or Stroud, or you're worried about whoever you got. I think Stafford is perfectly fine. I know the matchup on paper isn't great. They throw it enough. Saints aren't a scary team. They're solid, but they're not going to shut down this offense. I don't think. This offense has been so good since they got all their pieces back. Kupp is actually healthy. When a Kupp is healthy, here we go. Now you're glad if you did buy low on Kupp. Now you're like, okay, finally, thank you. Remember when we were all panicked about him 3 weeks ago?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So those guys are all, I think, pretty solid, good to go. Kyren, you have Kyren. I'm just going to say you have to start Kyren. You can't bench him at this point. Doesn't matter the matchup.
Exactly. Got to play him.
All right. And then there's going to be some other things we fill you in on. You might need a guy like Olave. Puka is one of those guys. It's not like a surefire start, but we're pretty sure Jamar Chase is going to be out. It was day to day, not week to week. Well, apparently it's next week. So Jamar Chase is out. Anybody else? Any other news today? It's Thursday, so we still always like to wait for Friday final practice reports, and we fill you in on our Saturday show. But we do have some clarity on some other guys.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's out. Jonathan Taylor's in. Pittman trending in the right direction. Full practice today, so maybe he will get cleared. So that's good. Stroud out. Those are the big ones. Tyreek Hill back at practice today, so that was good.
That's a big one. The guy we noticed this on Tuesday. We saw a lot of people start asking. I still have people asking about Ramondre Stevenson. And in fact, I've, a buddy who's like, oh, check my lineup. He had Ramondre in his lineup. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like Ramondre is going to play.
No, I would be very surprised if Ramondre played. He hasn't practiced all week. I don't think we're seeing Ramondre this week.
Right. So I know we want to see him back, but I wouldn't. Even if he does play, I don't think we would see nearly, not even close to 100. I'd say it might be a 50-50. We would still see a lot of Zeke. So I'm just saying right now, if I have Ramondre, I'm just keeping him on the bench. And if I have Zeke, probably still keeping him in, unless you have really good running backs ahead of him. So, all right. So we're going to get to your start sit questions as we always do. And waiver wire questions if you still got time to make those smart pickups. I will say this, I'll say it again. Make sure that you check the waiver wire, because right now, especially if you're in the semifinals, maybe the finals, you got 3/4 of your league, they're out of it. Like, they're probably not even checking the waiver wire. They're not doing anything. Hopefully not. They probably shouldn't be doing anything if they're not in the playoffs. There might be some players out there who haven't gotten picked up that are worth picking up. You got some players who just get dropped because people are like, I'm in win now mode. I'm not going to play this guy. Maybe you could play that guy. So just always check the waiver wire. Don't think that you don't have to. It's just worth it. Maybe there's nothing out there, but you don't know unless you check. So be active on that front.
Yes.
Should also be active on this front. Underdog. That's right. If you haven't checked Underdog yet, well, now's a good time to do it. You can take this pick'em. It is a free one. Matt Stafford just getting 1 yard higher than 0.5 total yards. So take that. If you're new to Underdog, make sure you sign up. Use promo code NGAME. You get that deposit match, 100% dollar for dollar, up to $100. And the free pick'em, you combine it with anything else, and good chance to win your very first pick'em entry. And I know football season isn't much longer, but the good news is you can do pick'ems for NBA, NHL, WNBA, esports, everything. And of course, when baseball season rolls around pretty soon, we'll do a lot of baseball there too. And we will actively be doing baseball. So check for that. And also drafts. We'll do another draft this week. See who can take home the gold for Week 16's best ball. And there's going to be some playoff best ball leagues that already are drafting. So you can check those out. So all of that is available on Underdog. Again, description down below has the link. It'll take you straight there. Or if you download the app, you can just sign up that way. But make sure you use that promo code. It's ENDGAME. All right. We do have some questions here already. The first one I see is Trent Thompson. What's up, Trent? 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 flex, and a defense. All right, so there's Stafford, but then there's Baker Mayfield.
Oh, man. It's like I want to say Stafford, like he's safer, but then I feel like the answer should be Baker. But man, it's like, really?
The playoffs.
Putting Baker Mayfield in my lineup in the fantasy playoffs?
I know. It was tough for me to just go out and recommend him as the top. I said it, top streaming option this week. Now, streaming option implies you need a replacement. Is Stafford the kind of guy that needs replacing? I don't think so. But the question is, does Mayfield have more upside than Stafford? I think he might.
Well, I definitely think Mayfield has more upside. But I also think he has a lot more risk.
True.
I mean, he's Baker Mayfield. He could kill you. I don't know. I think if it's me, I still go Stafford.
Yeah,
I think I still go Stafford. I just feel safer with him, and I don't want to take that risk at quarterback where, if Baker goes out there and doesn't do what he did last week. Yeah, I'm going to go Stafford tonight.
Yeah, I do think Stafford's the kind of guy that doesn't need replacing. And again, just because, well, he didn't even throw for 300 yards against the Commanders, that doesn't matter. He didn't need to, number one, because they were up big. And number two, Kyron Williams was running so easily. I'm not saying that Carr and the Saints are going to light it up against the Rams, but they at least might have to, keep their foot on the gas a little bit longer, So I'm just going to take the safety of Stafford too here. Unless the rest of your lineup is terrible, in which case, let's see.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. Mixon, Swift, Monty, White, Puka, Godwin, Diggs, Jefferson, Lockett, and then Eagles or Browns at defense.
Well, assume two of them. I think you got to go Mixon and White at running back. I'm going Diggs and Jefferson at wide receiver. Oh, yeah, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, a flex. Doesn't say if it's full PPR or not.
No.
I'll assume full PPR. I'd probably still go Puka over Godwin. And then I'm going to go the Eagles defense at home against Tommy DeVito.
Seems like a solid choice. Yeah. Browns, let's see. Browns at the Texans in case Keenum. Intriguing, but Keenum isn't really he's a veteran. He didn't turn the ball over a bunch last week, right? It's not as great a spot as it may seem. Yeah, just go Eagles. Tempting to get the Mayfield Godwin stack, but I think the Puka Stafford stack is probably a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you got a lot of good choices actually, Trent. Your running backs are still it's tough to just bench Monty, but
I know
White and Mixon are both the guys there, right? Like the guys. So there it is. All right, good luck. Now, Billy Harris, let's get an Olave question out of the way. Olave or Rice?
I'm still going Olave. Olave, for me, one of those guys borderline just set and forget at wide receiver. I'm still going Olave.
Yep. Olave, like I said, borderline wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 type. Rice is solid now. I think Rice, though, he's kind of entered the solid wide receiver 2 range, would you say?
Yeah.
He's not close to like top 10.
Yeah.
All right. The other John in non-PPR needs 2. London, Ridley, Jacoby Myers, or Njoku. In
Non-PPR needs 2. I think I go. Oh man. I'm not chasing Jacoby Myers from last week. 3 targets, a passing touchdown. Like, you're really chasing.
Yeah. That was the Chargers. And
that was literally like the best possible run out Jacoby Myers could have ever had last week. Njoku is certainly tempting. 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games. Ridley should be a choice. It's the Bucs, but we don't know about Trevor Lawrence yet.
Yeah, I was going to say Trevor Lawrence, we still don't know, do we?
No. London at home. I think right now I'm going London and Ridley. You could maybe talk me into Njoku. But I think right now, for me, I'm going London and Ridley.
Yeah. Well, London I like. And I don't think I can say I like him any less because it's Heineke. I mean, we can't say that's a downgrade from Ritter, but we'll just have to see if those are. But I like the matchup. I like the situation for London, so I'm not off of him in any way. Myers did have a nice game against Kansas City the last time they played, and he could always get a touchdown, but I'm not going to put him over Ridley, I don't think. I might if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play. But for now, I say let's go London Ridley. And we got Keith, the weather beast. What's up?
What's up,
Time
Keith?
sensitive choice needs to bench one. Brees, Bijan, DK, Olave.
Oh man. What's the latest on Geno Smith? Is he trending towards playing?
What is it? I saw Pete Carroll said something about him, but it was still kind of vague, like he's working his way back or something. Like it was like optimistic, but not anything definitive.
Well, I did see this today from Greg Bell. Geno Smith fully participates in entire Seahawks practice for the first time since he injured his groin 13 days ago. He's on track to start Sunday at Tennessee.
Yeah, so this is a full go at Wednesday's walkthrough. Okay, well, being a full go at walkthrough isn't very inspiring, but it sounds like he's trending towards playing. But okay, I think here's the big question: Is Olave one of the guys that you're starting? Probably.
Yeah, I'm starting Olave.
Yeah.
I'm.
Bijan.
I think it's either Bijan or Brees for me. One of those guys is sitting. DK gets Tennessee. If Geno Smith plays, he should at least have a very high floor this week, if not a big ceiling. It's the Titans. It's such a good matchup. Man. It's crazy that Bijan isn't just like a no doubt must start. Like, why is this even a thing? Why are we even having to deal with this? I don't know. Bijan or Brees? Pick your level. Pick your level of risk tolerance, Keith. Who do you want? Which guy do you feel less bad about, I guess?
Yeah, I'll say this: the main decision you have to make here is about Olave. I'm keeping Olave in my lineup. I would rather bench DK than Olave. I think I'm still going in on Brees. I'm going to start Brees. If I'm going to sit one, did I say Brees or Bijan? I'm starting Bijan. If I'm sitting one, it's either Brees or DK. But like you said, the matchup is actually better for DK than Olave. So I don't know. I was leaning towards sitting DK. But
I'm okay with that too, honestly. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with sitting DK too. There's no, other than Olave here, I don't feel like there's an obvious. Like, again, it should be, like, Bijan should just be an obvious, you got to start him. But we have to deal with this nonsense in Atlanta. So, yeah.
Yeah. Arthur Blank, the owner, talking publicly, like he didn't say like, oh, they have to make the playoffs. But it's pretty obvious it's been disappointing. I don't know. I think Arthur Smith is going to be forced again into playing Bijan this week against his will. So I still feel a little better about Bijan than Brees. So between Brees and DK, I would say this. But I would say we both agree to start Olave.
Yeah.
All right. Alex B. Pick 2. There's Bijan. Walker, Pacheco, Zeke.
I'm going Bijan and Pacheco here. I like Pacheco this week. Feel good about him. I like Zeke too, but I feel like he's a tier below these guys, at least. Walker on the road against Tennessee. Don't feel as good about him. I'm going Bijan and Pacheco.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Just finished talking about Bijan. Like Zeke's solid. Not worried about Ramondre playing, but I'm not putting him over those guys. Walker was great last week, but not as good of a matchup here on the road against Tennessee. I like Pacheco's upside better. So Bijan and Pacheco it is, and then Colts or Browns. I think we're just rolling Colts.
Yeah, they're both good options, but the Colts have been so good defensively. Might as well just keep rolling with the Colts.
Yep. All right, recess, playoff week. No Keenan, no Chase. Here's the starting lineup. James Cook and Gibbs, flexing Mostert and Joku at tight end. So we need 2 of these guys. Nico, if he plays. Deontay, Reed, who's questionable. Watson, who I don't even think is in play here. Brown and Wicks. Waivers, you got Curtis Samuel, Jason, Gabe Davis, and Jerry Jeudy.
Not Jerry Jeudy.
Not Jerry Judy.
Oh, man.
Not good.
I mean, you got good running backs. That's the good news. You got James Cook, Gibbs, and Mostert. You're good at running back. You got Njoku. I have seen Nico 2 limited practices, but I mean, even if he plays against the Browns with Case Keenum, how good can we feel? I'll say if Jaden Reed plays, he would be one of them. And then probably Deontay would be the other. Reed and Deontay, probably. And then if Reed doesn't play, I might go Wicks and Deontay, honestly. Wicks and Deontay.
Yeah, because Wicks becomes a lot more interesting. Again, we're assuming Christian Watson doesn't even have a chance to play because that's probably just the reality. And then if Jaden Reed and Watson are both out, yeah, play Wicks. So let's do that. Reed, and then if not, you can pivot to Wicks. I don't feel great about Nico, even if he plays, like you said. So there you go. And then Deontay. Let's see how Rudolph pulls through.
Oh, man, I wish it was Kenny Pickett.
And then also a defense between Browns, Bears, Broncos.
I'm going Broncos at home against Bailey Zappi. I like that matchup.
Yep. Broncos it is. Full PPR in other league. Would you start Laporta over McBride? This is still a coin flip.
Yeah, I got so many of these questions yesterday, McBride and Laporta. It's like, how does everybody have McBride and Laporta on their team? In PPR, I'm still going McBride. I just think he has an insanely high floor. So if it's full PPR, I'm going McBride.
Well, here's an interesting hypothetical. He's saying, would you start Laporta over McBride? If so, would you flex Monty and McBride? You're going to go both tight ends and sit Monty. This is full PPR.
I mean, if it's me, I'm probably not, because I feel good enough about Monty. Like, he gets enough touches. He has touchdown upside that I'm probably not going to do it.
I don't hate the idea. Am I going to do it? I mean, this comes down to this is the same matchup, right? You're going to say, are the Vikings going to give it more on the ground or versus the tight end? Vikings actually have been kind of tough against running backs.
True.
They're not terrible against tight end either. I think you mentioned this earlier. Their defense actually it hasn't been as bad as we imagined it to be. I guess because their defense was so bad last year.
Right.
Monty is safer. He's more the floor pick. You want potential ceiling. I don't mind Laporta, but I would say keep McBride in there. I think McBride is a tight end, and then at flex, pick your line. Pick your line. All right, Chris, all in. Kamara or Derrick Henry?
I think I still got to go Alvin Kamara, especially in PPR. He'll catch more passes. I'm going to go Kamara.
Yes. Sure, Henry is upside, but, we said that last week. No, I'm not bitter. Not bitter at all. And then Godwin, Ridley, Pittman, or Collins?
Well, if Pittman plays, it's him. If not, I'd probably go Godwin second against the Jags.
Yeah, I think Collins can easily be the last pick here. Too much risk. Ridley, obviously a lot of risk here. Pittman, we said it on the start set. If he starts, you play him, pretty much. If not, then Godwin. So pretty easy there. What about, okay, this is interesting. I don't know if we've had a comment before from the Spice Melange. Asking, would you start Puka tonight over Stephon Diggs?
I wouldn't. I'm still going Diggs. I'm still going Diggs against the Chargers.
Still calling Diggs a must start, pretty much. If you ask Cup over Diggs, you know what? I would just go Cup. But if Puka, nah. Like, I understand why you're asking about Diggs. Yeah, you should be worried about Diggs. He hasn't been putting up wide receiver 1 numbers. They haven't been throwing the ball as much. They might not have to throw the ball more than like 5 times against the Chargers. But I still think you got to start Diggs. All right, let's go to the casual cheesehead. Needs an RB and a flex. Achane, Ford, Nakua, Godwin, Reed, and Ridley. And, of course, that's what we're here for. RB and a flex. Well, I only see 2 RBs, so Achane or Ford.
Achane. I'm not feeling good about Ford. Go with Achane, gamble on that, and then I'm going. I still have Puka pretty high up there as a solid start. So I'm going Achane and Puka.
Yeah, there's no reason to worry about missing out on huge upside from Ford. I think just shoot for something with Achane. You know his upside could be. With Ford, it's like I got nobody else. And then I know you want to start Reed being the cheesehead, but don't think you can put him over Puka or Godwin. It's between those two. Didn't say this PPR. I don't remember. You remember if he plays PPR?
I do not remember, but I don't think it matters for me. I think I'm going Puka either way. Personally.
Yeah, Puka's. I think Godwin might have more upside, and I don't want to say this just based on last week. It doesn't mean he'll do what he did last week. He's been targeted a whole lot the last 2 weeks. This is a great matchup for Godwin. I think Godwin might have some more upside, but Puka's the floor play. So I guess put it that way. If you're looking for a guy you can set and not worry about, it's Puka. If you want to chase more upside, you could go Godwin. Python, what is up? Last week, guess he had a horrible week because we didn't pick the top 3 quarterbacks. It's like a thing now, so let's do the thing. Top 3 quarterback passing yards. I didn't say fantasy points, passing yards.
Passing yards. I'm going to say Mahomes versus the Raiders. Passing yards. Mahomes versus the Raiders.
The real question here is, does Baker Mayfield make the cut?
I thought about him, but
wasn't he number 1 last week? Number 1 in passing yards?
He was.
It was Baker Mayfield, Joe Flacco, and I don't remember who the other one was, but it was, yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, it could. This might not be. I'm going to say Mahomes, Dak. And then, yeah, probably is going to be somebody random like Flacco. I mean, if we're just looking at yards. Flacco's been throwing it a ton, so maybe Flacco. Maybe Baker.
You got to pick one.
Oh, Baker. Every time I pick Baker, he sucks.
All right, you pick Flacco, I'll pick Baker. How about that?
All right, there we go.
I'm going to say also Mahomes. I'm going to say Justin Fields and Baker Mayfield.
All right.
There you go, because he played the Cardinals. Going to be one of those blow-up weeks for Fields. All right, there it is, Python. You're all set. Victory is yours. Dale, sit one, Olave, Amari, JJ, Henry, Gibbs, or Kyron.
It's either Henry or Amari. Who do you sit in PPR? Which one of those two? Derrick Henry. Is he going to do 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, or is he going to do 20 yards?
There really is no in between, is there?
No, there's no in between with Derrick Henry. There's no 65 yards and a touchdown games with Derrick Henry anymore. It's either like he somehow rolls for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, or he basically might as well just not even play this week. Might as well just take a week off.
I was last week at home. Like he's great at home, except last week for some reason didn't do anything, and it was a good matchup on paper. It was not a bad spot for him. And this week, yeah, it's a great spot for him again, and he's at home again. But the floor is we'll see what the floor is. The floor is nothing. So I think it's agree. Either you go with Derrick Henry, hope for the big game, or it's Amari. You know what I mean? It's one of those guys. So
I think because it's PPR, I might sit Derrick Henry and go with Amari.
Probably. That's probably the smart thing to do. All right, so sit Henry. Unless you're feeling Henry. If you're feeling Henry, you can sit Amari. It's interesting. The Wizard of Odds. Njoku over Hawk.
Why not?
All right.
He's got a better matchup, more upside. His team throws the ball more. He's got less competition for targets. I mean, why not? Why not?
It's true. Why not? It's actually a pretty good matchup for Hawkinson, but Njoku's been treated like the number one receiver there, so sure, you can go Njoku. JR Fuentes needs lineup advice. Flacco, Hill, Olave, Kyron, Gibbs, Kelsey, and JT at the flex. On the bench is Ayuk, Hubbard, Williams, Moss, and T-Law.
Well, if T-Law plays, I'm playing him over Flacco. I'll say that. Against the Bucs, that's a good matchup. Hill, Olave is fine. Kyron, Gibbs, Kelsey, JT. Man,
can you keep Ayuk on the bench? Yeah. Because this is full PPR. You got a flex, got running back at flex. I mean, I understand you want to play JT, but I think, are you going Ayuk over either Gibbs or JT?
I might go Ayuk over JT. I'll say I'm a little nervous for JT coming off the thumb. Like, does he not catch as many passes? It's not a great matchup. One thing about Atlanta, their defense has been really good this year.
It's true.
I might just flex Ayuk over JT.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It's full PPR. I want Ayuk's upside in there. Yeah, T-Law, because it's a concussion. It's not something that's going to limit him physically in terms of mobility or throwing. If he plays, I think you got to still play T-Law. Bad as he looked last week, it's a much better matchup. All right, Elmer Sanchez, thoughts. Stafford. Oh, okay. We're doing some pick'ems here. Here we go. Stafford, 2 or more sacks. Saints.
Maybe.
I think the Saints, I know they're pretty good. Pretty good pass defense. Are they a good sack team? I think they are. I would go higher on that.
Yeah, doesn't feel like one that jumps out to me, but all right.
Or, well, maybe the question is, would you even take that? Actually, no.
Yeah,
the Saints
it doesn't
don't get
feel
very many
like
sacks. Saints, 30 sacks in the season, 14 games. They average basically 2 sacks a game.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I
don't hate it, but it doesn't like jump out to me as one I like. I certainly like the Kyron higher than 17 receiving yards.
Yeah. Kamara rushing yards, 51.
Yeah, I probably like that. I think that seems pretty low. Puka 5 receptions feels okay. Like that one's
passing touchdowns. That feels risky.
1.5 passing touchdowns from Derek Carr. That definitely feels risky.
Yeah.
I like the Kyron and the Kamara ones.
There you go. Quarterback ones are risky. The quarterback ones are very dependent on game script, and that's the thing. Is you think you know how it's going to go. What I prefer to do with quarterbacks is, again, assuming I think I know how the game might play out, I'll take a higher on or lower on passing attempts. If I feel like the Saints are going to be down, and they're going to have to throw it a lot, they can't establish the run, whatever. If it's like a pass funnel defense, like with Washington the other day, is like, okay, they're going to be down big. I'm going to go higher on Sam Howell pass attempts because they just throw the ball anyways a ton. Something like that. I don't mean last week because, I know Sam Howell got benched last week. I mean, a couple of weeks ago. Something like that. Passing touchdowns is very risky anyways. And with a guy like Carr who just doesn't throw that many touchdowns, I wouldn't take that one. The sacks, so let's say the three in the middle are okay. The quarterback ones, not so much. All right. Let's see. Let's do Alex Ayala. Tight end premium. Would you go likely, Ferguson, or Godwin?
think I still go Godwin here. I don't like Likely Ferguson. They're not guys that are going to catch a bunch of passes necessarily. So I don't know if tight end premium gives him enough of an edge to play him over Godwin. I'm still going Godwin.
Yeah, because Likely's appeal has been he's gone in the end zone the last couple of weeks, and he's made those big plays. He's not catching 10 passes. He's not like Trey McBride, right? Those guys, Sam Laporta. Those guys will catch 8, 9, 10 passes sometimes. Likely's not that kind of a guy. He's been better than the wide receivers in Baltimore, but this is still not a pass-happy offense. Ferguson is still a little bit more touchdown dependent as well. So, yeah, I think Godwin's still the play. Ralphie, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, 2 flex. Mike Evans, Devontae Smith, Brandon Ayuk, Chris Olave, James Cook, Raheem Mostert, Josh Jacobs, JT, and James Conner.
I don't know if there's a single name on this list that I don't like.
All right, you go, Ralphie. What about Jacobs? Word on him? We don't know yet.
He still isn't practice, so maybe he's the one guy we can cross off.
Yeah.
2 running back, James Cook and Mostert. 2 wide receiver, Evans and Smith, I guess. Does get the Giants. 2 flex. Does he say full PPR? If it's full PPR, I'm going the 2 wide receivers. Ayuk and Olave. If it's non-PPR, then I might go the 2 running backs, JT and James Conner. But honestly, there's nobody on this. There's nobody you listed that I don't like this week. All these guys are good.
Yeah, and I think the guys that you have to probably put last are maybe the 2 best, except that the problem is injury, Jacobs and JT. There's no need to risk it. Well, I mean, I don't think Jacobs plays anyways, but JT also, why risk it if you have Raheem Mostert, James Cook? So, yeah, this does depend on the format. So there you go. If it's full PPR, you're going to start all 4 of those receivers, Cook and Mostert. If it's non-PPR, you go Cook, Mostert, Connor, JT. All right, risk it with JT.
Yeah, non-PPR probably.
And then Evans and, yeah, I guess Smith. All right.
Non-PPR, I might honestly go like Evans or Ayuk.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. Maybe JT doesn't need to be risked when you got these guys.
Yeah. But, Ayuk has plenty of touchdown upside, so even in non-PPR, he's good.
Johnny Pena, Kincaid, Goddard, or Waller?
I think I go Goddard. It's the Giants. I'm not worried about it. I'm not feeling good about Waller, sorry. Kincaid, I know it's the Chargers, but he hasn't been great for 3 weeks. I'm probably going Goddard.
I am worried about Kincaid. Diggs, I still have to play. Kincaid, I think I've talked myself out of playing. You remember that one league where I traded and I got Kincaid? You're like, yes. Oh, great. That was my only hole. I don't think I'm even starting him in that league this week for the playoffs. I think I benched
him. That's against me. Who are you starting then?
I don't remember, but I know it's not Kincaid. Who am I starting? I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a second.
You're starting Cole Kmet. Yeah, I would go Kmet over Kincaid for sure.
There you go. Cole Kmet. And I don't have Keenan Allen in that league too. Let's see. Yeah, or Justin Herbert. So first place might mean absolutely nothing. But anyways, I would go Goddard because there's no way I'm starting Darren Waller in any league, and I'm down on Kincaid. And then start 3, Swift, Hall, Achane, JT.
Well, here I'll bench Achane.
Yeah.
Not really getting the touches. Yeah, sure. Maybe he rips off a long run, or maybe he doesn't. I'll bench Achane here.
Agree. All right. And then what's up, Joe McHenry? 10-team PPR. Mahomes or Stafford?
I'm still going Mahomes over Stafford, personally.
Yeah. It's the Raiders. He was good against the Raiders last time. He was good last week. So Mahomes. CMC, Ramondre, Pacheco, Chandler, Zeke, Madison, Sun God, Evans, Flowers, Pickens, Noah Brown, Laporta, Schultz. So 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, and flex.
Well, Laporta's definitely the tight end. That was easy. CMC and Pacheco at running back. Sun God and Evans at wide receiver.
think I'm flexing Zeke, honestly. I'm flexing Zeke against the Broncos. Give me Zeke. I don't like those other receivers.
Yeah, Pickens, just forget it. Sorry. Just can't. And then Noah Brown. Maybe if CJ Stroud was playing, but no. Madison's not playing. Chandler. The thing is, Ramondre, this comes down to whether he plays or not. I don't think he's playing. If Ramondre plays, then I mean, would you even want to go Flowers, or you just go like Chandler? I might just go
maybe,
Chandler.
Yeah, maybe Chandler, but Ramondre Stevenson hasn't practiced all week, I don't think.
Right. Yeah, I don't think he's playing. So you can still feel good about Zeke. But hey, Joe, good job getting your backups to your guys, right? You had Ramondre, you got Zeke, you have Madison and Chandler, so you're set. But yeah, CMC and Pacheco for sure. Sun got Evans for sure. And then right now, looks like Zeke. All right, let's do Matthew Walsh. Good day from Australia.
What's up?
Yeah, I appreciate you. What time is it over there? No idea. It must be like really, really early / late. All right. Tight end options are Henry, Pitts, Freiermuth, and Schultz.
If it's full PPR, I might go Freiermuth. It's that Bengals matchup. I know it's Mason Rudolph, but man, it's such a good matchup. I actually am playing Freiermuth against you in that league. I'm playing him over Likely and over. Oh no, I have Kelsey in that one. Sorry, I have Freiermuth in a different league. Never mind. Kelsey in that league.
Over Likely. Interesting. Well,
yeah, I am playing Freiermuth over Likely this week. It's not a good matchup for Likely, and he doesn't score.
No.
Maybe he'll score again, but anyways, I'm going Freiermuth if it's full PPR. Otherwise, I'm probably going Henry.
And honestly, I need to check. I don't know if we know anything about Hunter Henry. I would just say full on in Hunter Henry if I knew he was fine because he had that knee injury. I see practicing.
Yeah, I don't think he's practiced yet either. I think I saw he was out there, but not doing anything.
Yeah, looks like he didn't practice yesterday. I would just say it's Hunter Henry. He's the guy I like the best, but didn't practice, didn't really do much. So can't say to start him now if we don't even know if he's playing. So I'm not going Pitts. I guess I would go Freiermuth out of this bunch. Yeah. All right. Zach Ames, Kittle or Ingram at tight end?
I still got to go Kittle. Kittle has that week winning upside. I know Ingram's had it. Well, he didn't have it last week, but he had it the 2 weeks before. But Kittle on any given week can just go off. I'm going Kittle.
It's a terrible matchup for Kittle going against the Ravens defense, but still, it's George Kittle. I think the Ingram, the concern, Trevor Lawrence might not play. Right now, I just got to lock Kittle in there. J1364, Dak or Fields? Or I guess you could go Mayfield.
No, not Mayfield. This is another question where it's like, kept getting this question. It's like Laporta or McBride? Laporta or McBride? It's like, I don't know. They're both awesome options. Like, I think Dak and Fields are both great options. Fields has more upside. Dak is probably safer. That's my answer.
Yeah. I think with the matchup, I'll just go Fields because it's Arizona. Not like I'm panicking over last week, but yeah, Dak definitely doesn't feel as safe anymore after last week. But I would just say Dak is definitely still a solid pick, but I'm going to go Fields. And then let's do a couple of these questions. We've got some quarterback questions here. So Trell Newton, if you got to choose between Baker Mayfield or Jake Browning.
Well, here I'll go Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
I'll go Baker Mayfield here.
Last week, Browning was my favorite, though I guess it should have been Mayfield, but still, Browning was very solid. But this week, I'm going to go Baker Mayfield. And then Cerulean Dog, Browning or Flacco?
This one's close. Browning Field, I don't know. I'd probably go Browning, but I don't really know why.
You're gonna go
This
Browning?
feels very close to me.
Well, why might be because the Steelers defense hasn't been that great. They lost their safeties and their starting linebackers, but I don't feel like this is going to be a very high scoring game. So I'm going to lean Flacco here, but this could go either way. Browning's very solid. All right, one more quarterback questions. Good. Here we go. Anthony Vargas, go Stafford tonight or Tua?
I'm going Tua. I am actually playing Tua against you in that matchup over Stafford. I'm going Tua.
Well, there you go. You got this exact choice. You're going Tua. I would go Tua also. I feel like that could be a better offensive output. And then Indo Zach, like a basset hound. That's very cute. Stafford or T-Law?
Well, you might as well just go Stafford tonight because what are you going to do if T-Law doesn't play? Who are you pivoting to?
Right.
So you might as well just play Stafford tonight and not risk it. Stafford should be fine.
Yeah. In this case, just go Stafford. All right. Santana, Wilson, Puka, Rice, Higgins. We need a wide receiver and a flex. It's full PPR.
I think I'm going Puka and Rice, but man, Higgins is very interesting with Chase out. But I think I'm still going Puka and Rice.
Yeah, I think the guy who doesn't make the cut here is Wilson. Don't need to take the risk with whoever at quarterback. Higgins, so we just said about Browning is, the Steelers are banged up on defense. But I also don't feel like it's going to be a huge high-scoring game of any sort. Higgins could be one of those guys that, comes through with a big game because he's basically the number 1, 2, and 3 target.
Right.
I think, I'm always tempted by upside. I think I might give Higgins the edge over Puka. I think I might go Rice and Higgins. Puka is definitely a safer play. All right, Miguel Cordovez, Love, Mullins, Carr, Simeon, or Flacco.
Just give me Flacco here. Don't like Love this week. Mullins, no thanks. Carr, no way. Trevor Simeon? Give me Flacco.
Just go Flacco. I like Flacco as a solid streamer this week. This is obviously where you're at. A couple weeks ago, I probably would have said Love, but no Watson, maybe no Reed. Just go Flacco. All right, Joe's got another team here. Hurts, Stafford, Cook, Connor, Hall, Ford, Kupp, Ayuk, Amari, Myers, Thielen, Lockett needs quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers. Already said a tight end and a flex. So it's either Hurts or Stafford.
Definitely Hurts. Yeah. I got Hurts. He's in my lineup. Definitely Hurts.
And then Cook, Connor, Hall, Ford, 2.
I think I go Cook and Connor. Just feel a little safer about Connor. Like we know he's going to get the touches. Don't have to worry about Trevor Simeon and his Jets offense like going 3 and out for 55 straight minutes. So I'm going to go Cook and Connor. Kupp and Ayuk at wide receiver. Then at flex. Again, Amari or Hall. Amari or Brees.
Amari with Flacco has been pretty good. Don't you think? Pretty consistent.
Yeah, Amari's probably your safer bet. Go Amari.
Yeah, you got to start Hurts. There you go. Kirk, Connor, Kupp, Ayuk, Amari. All right. Good luck, Joe. Allie. All right. Semifinal time. Pick a defense that will get me 10 plus points. Challenge. This is a challenge.
10 plus points for a defense is not easy.
Niners against the Ravens, the Bengals against the Steelers and Rudolph, the Bears, the Seattle Commanders. Can't be Commanders. I know they play the Jets, but I'm sorry. I'm not picking the Commanders.
Probably the Bengals against Mason Rudolph has the best chance to get you 10 plus points because how many points can Mason Rudolph and the Steelers score? He'll take some sacks. I'm sure he'll turn it over a couple times. Probably the Bengals.
Yeah, Seattle's defense isn't doing it for me. That's going to be a slow-paced game. I cannot pick the Commanders. The Packers, what about the Packers? Interesting, but, Bryce Young has been turning it over less lately, I guess. All right. I would say the Bengals, maybe Bears, because they've been getting so many interceptions, and they're at home, but probably the Bengals are the best bet. All right. Challenge accepted, by the way. Echo 3 Victor in half. Pick 4 receivers. Hill, I'm guessing that's one. Rice, Puka, Olave, Addison. So I guess we're only sitting one.
I'm sitting Addison. I know he had the biggest game last week, but I'm not chasing that. I'm sitting Addison.
Yeah, exactly. Those other guys are too solid. And then Mahomes or Stafford.
I'm still going Mahomes.
Still Mahomes, yeah. Nemesis, what's good? Olave or Ayuk, and then Olave or Waddle.
Man. Well, I probably feel better about Olave over Waddle than I do about Olave over Ayuk. So since you don't want to, I'm assuming this is 2 different leagues, the way you're asking it. So rather than have Olave in both leagues and potentially, if Olave has a down game, maybe go Ayuk in the first league and Olave in the second league.
Yeah, because if it was the same league, I think would have asked pick 2 of these 3.
Right.
So yeah, I think just because of the matchup, Ayuk has been so good, but I might still have to give the edge to Olave because Ravens are pretty tough. Like you said, if you're picking Olave in one league, you can pick somebody else in the other league. These guys, it's all pretty close. Difference between Olave and Waddle is Olave is clearly the number 1 receiver in his team, and Waddle is clearly the number 2 receiver in his team.
Right.
I don't know. All right. I'll just say, yeah, if they're different leagues, just pick Olave in one and pick, I guess, Ayuk in the other. Dawn, good afternoon. Full PPR, RBs to start this week. Cook, Mostert, or Swift. I guess, are we just picking one or what?
Yeah, I don't know. I would rank them Cook, Mostert, Swift. So I don't know how many you need. And then if you're gonna throw Warren or Zeke in there, I'd probably go Cook, Mostert, Swift, Zeke, Warren. Would be my order.
Yeah, not sure if this is all the same league either. If so, Warren is last.
Yes.
Put it that way. I think Cook has to be first. Now, Cook did pop up with an illness, I think.
Yeah, but I think he was back at practice today, so I'm not worried about it.
Don't worry. Cook has got to be the number 1. Just getting so much run against the Chargers. And then Mostert's number 2 because, he leads the league in touchdowns. And then Swift and Zeke and then Warren. So there you go. Thanks. 12-2 now. All right. Let's keep going. We got to finish the job, though.
Yep.
Marwan, welcome. Full PPR. We need 1-1-1. Pacheco, Henry, Monty, Diggs, DK, and Sutton.
I think Pacheco's got to be your running back. Diggs still has to be your wide receiver.
It's full PPR.
Probably just go DK at the flex. It's Derrick Henry, the big wild card here, Derrick Henry.
I know. And yeah, I think Pacheco is going to be the running back based on the matchup and should get as many, if not more, touches than Monty. Diggs, still starting Diggs. Yeah, I guess DK. If Geno plays. Julius Cook. Browning, T-Law, or Baker wanting at least 20 points.
As do we all. I'm going to say T-Law number 1 if he plays, Baker number 2 if T-Law is out.
Yeah, I think T-Law is going to still be your top choice. And then I like Baker over Browning, so there you go. Baker, yeah, you don't have to worry about this tonight, so that's good.
Right.
All right, what do you think about this? This is Round Betty. Baker or Kyler?
Yeah, I'm going Baker here. I mean, Kyler hasn't even been like that fantastic anyways, and Bears better defense. I'm going Baker over Kyler.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I'm definitely going Baker over Kyler. Worried about Kyler this week. Hollywood, probably not going to play. Bears defense has been tough. It's a road game for the Cardinals. Yeah, it's Baker. All right, what's up, Brian? Feeling nervous about Puka because he hasn't been amazing. Let's rank Bijan, Puka, Achane, Chandler, and Godwin in half PPR. How do you rank those guys?
I rank him Bijan, Puka, probably Godwin. Bijan, Puka, Godwin. I guess Chandler and then Achane. I don't know. Those two, Chandler, Achane, Chandler. I don't know.
I think if Madison is out and Chandler's the guy, I'm putting Chandler over Achane because he's basically going to be a bell cow, right? That's not nearly as good of a matchup, but still give me the running back who's getting touches. He looked really good last week.
Yeah.
You got to worry. Achane is probably not 100% still. The toe bothering him. So I'm putting Achane last a week after saying that I was starting him every week no matter what. 2 weeks. I've changed my position. Yeah, I'm going Bijan first. So I'm going basically what you have, Bijan, Puka, Godwin. Look, if you want to put Godwin over Puka, I think that's okay. I think it's close. What's this? Brandon Duggar in standard scoring. Would you go Puka over Godwin?
I think so. I think Puka still has more touchdown upside, more big play upside than Godwin. I'm going Puka still.
Yeah, because that's one thing with Godwin is, yeah, he's getting a ton of targets. He hasn't been scoring touchdowns, though. Because when they get near the end zone, it's, of course, Mike Evans or Godwin. Godwin has, I think, more end zone targets than Godwin this year. Godwin on the entire season, 1 touchdown. 1. So I think you still have to like Puka's upside just as much, even in the matchup. Let's go Paul D. Half PPR, Puka or Connor?
Man, this is tough. I usually, in half PPR, I do tend to go with the running back. Connor's getting the volume. It's a good matchup. I might go Connor in half PPR.
I'm going Connor in half PPR, not just because I picked him to boom, but because I like Connor, his usage, the touchdown upside. Puka, totally fine, but in half, I'm going Connor, and we already answered this, Kyler or Baker. Go Baker. So there it is, Connor Baker. What's up, Ray? Ray Harcourt. Your 2 favorite tight ends, Taysom Hill or Darren Waller?
Give me Darren Waller. What a Taysom Hill. At least Darren Waller caught some passes and did something. Give me Darren Waller.
Ray, I'm honestly going to ask: is like Tanner Hudson available on waivers, or I don't know? I mean, I would say Hunter Henry if he was playing. I don't even know who he's playing. And I would not want to start Taysom Hill in the playoffs. And then I really don't want to start Darren Waller either. I mean, what did Darren Waller do last week? Did he even really do anything?
I think he had like 3 catches. Let me see.
What about Tucker Kraft? Is Tucker Kraft on waivers? Tucker Kraft, I would take over both those
Darren
guys.
Waller had 4 catches for 40 yards. That's 8 points for a tight end. That's actually not too bad.
See who's out there on waivers, Ray. Tucker Kraft. I like Tanner Hudson too. All right. What about we 5 homes near you 512? And the question is championship week in the 6-team non-PPR league. Starting Kyron and Kamara, which of these guys would you flex? Hall, Etienne, Walker, or Pacheco? Or would you swap one out for one of those guys? So they both play tonight.
No, I think you got to play Kyron and Kamara.
Yeah.
I actually think the running back I feel the best about in this group is Pacheco.
Yep.
It's Pacheco. Good matchup. Going to get the touches.
It's non-PPR. What do you want? Touchdown upside. Pacheco has touchdown upside just as much as those guys, but also remember, what did Pacheco do the last time they played the Raiders? Scored 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Etienne, you got to worry. He hasn't been getting as much run. The offense, Hall, we know the downside to Hall. How many touchdowns does that offense score? Walker might be the second choice, honestly, but just go Pacheco. He's totally safe. Mostly safe. Mo Marley. What's up, Mo? All right, here we go. Dak, CMC, Brown, Thielen, Likely, Chuba, Douglas, Aubrey, Bengals. On the bench, we got Curtis Samuel, Myers, Goddard, and the Dolphins. Okay. Waiver wire. Wilson, Gino, Pickens, Wicks, Chandler, Gibson, Gus, Charbonnet. Okay, so what do we do here?
I mean,
I don't think we want Thielen in the lineup, do we?
no. I mean, I think you should pick up Wicks. And if Jaden Reed and or Christian Watson are out, I would play him over Thielen. Are you also starting Demario Douglas?
It would appear so.
It started so strong. It was like, Dak, CMC, and then it was like, whoa, wait, what just happened?
Okay, so I think Dak
I would grab Chandler. Are you flexing? Like, I'm trying to read this right. You got one running back, two wide receivers.
Chuba. It looks like CMC and Chuba is RB2.
But why did he put the RB2 after tight end? Like, is it a one running back league with 2 flexes?
Oh, well, I guess it could be. But I'm gonna assume you have injuries like Keenan Allen and Jamar Chase or something, because it looks to me like the number 1 and 2 receivers are Noah Brown and Adam Thielen.
Yeah, drop Miami, pick up Wicks.
I think, look, you could probably bench. Well, I know you can bench Thielen. Probably flex Chandler and move Douglas to the wide receiver spot.
Yeah, but I would play Wicks over. I'd rather play Wicks than Douglas.
And you could play Wicks over Douglas also.
Yeah.
And would you play Jacoby Myers or Curtis Samuel over Noah Brown?
Maybe Samuel. I'm not falling for that game from Jacoby Myers. Again, I'm going to say it again. 2 catches, 32 yards on 3 targets. And he somehow had a passing touchdown and a touchdown. I mean, like, you're like, hey, it's okay. He's only going to get you like 5 points, 4 points if he doesn't score a touchdown. He's going to kill you.
I will say, though, remember last time they played Kansas City, which was not that long ago. This was still the Aiden O'Connell era. 6 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, that is true. I guess if you want to chase it, go for it. But I'm not.
He's just dead to you, like beyond dead to you. Yeah, okay. Let's just say we both agree you can definitely not start Thielen.
Yeah.
And you probably should not be starting Douglas if you don't have to, which you don't have to.
Pick up Wicks, pick up Chandler, drop Miami. I don't know. Who else could you drop, though? Thielen? Douglas? Drop Douglas. No one's picking up Douglas to play him against you, right?
Yeah. You could even drop Curtis Samuel.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd probably go Douglas in Miami, pick up Wicks and Chandler. Start those guys.
There you go. And then I think you could, this is going to be up to you, Mo, if you want to take a chance on Noah Brown. Was solid last week, even with Case Keenum, if Nico doesn't play. I think if Nico does play, maybe you could pivot to Myers, but that's up to you. All right, good luck. The Mad Capper, Kincaid or Likely.
Just go Likely. Can't feel good about Kincaid. Just go Likely.
Yeah, even matchup being what it is, I'd still prefer Likely's upside. Olave or Puka tonight?
I think I got to give Olave the edge over Puka. He's the number one wide receiver. I'm going Olave.
Agree. Olave it is. How about this one? Lance Zimmerman, Komet or Taysom Hill?
Komet. Definitely Komet. I like Komet this week.
Oh, that's funny. The Ross. He didn't want to overwork Bijan last week because he was still suffering from
yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that was.
Oh man. James Grover helps set the lineup. Full PPR, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 flex. CMC, Kamara, Mostert, St. Brown, Kupp, Godwin, Nakua.
All right. CMC and Kamara, your running backs. St. Brown and Kupp are your wide receivers. Man. I think I got to flex Mostert still, even in PPR. The guy just has so much touchdown upside. I think I'm going CMC, Kamara, St. Brown, Kupp, and Mostert at the flex, even in PPR.
Flex is very close. Got a lot of good choices here. But Godwin is still kind of risky. Like you said, Godwin, he can get a ton of catches, ton of yards. Mostert can just score 2 touchdowns without thinking about it. So I think I'm fine with Mostert as the flex here too. And then Alexander's channel, welcome back. Pick 2, London McBride or Ridley. Already got Laporta. Remember he asked us this just the other day.
I mean, if it's full PPR...
I was just like eating you inside. Like it's against your principles to flex a tight end, but
it's just like, how is it not Ridley against the Bucks? Like, how is it just not Ridley? That's what's. I guess if it's PPR, I guess London and McBride.
I think McBride's the guy you have to feel best about out of this group. Ridley up and down, up and down. Ridley up and down, up and down. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go. I like London this week. I kind of picked him out. I think this is a spot. It's at home. Could bounce back. I'll go London McBride. Jeremy Whitendorf saying this will be a hard one. Let's see. Pick 2 running backs, a tight end, and 2 flex. JT, Eckler, Connor, Bijan, Swift. All right, you weren't lying. Olave, McBride, Amari Cooper, and TJ Hawkinson. Yeah. Well, Murray or Baker's easy. I'll go Baker.
Yeah, Baker over Murray. That's easy. McBride at tight end. I'm going Bijan and probably Connor at running back. I assume PPR doesn't say, so I'm going to go Olave at 1 flex. I might just go Amari Cooper at the other if it's PPR. Olave and Cooper in PPR.
Yeah, well, I had to say, once again, it doesn't seem like Eckler makes the cut here.
Nope.
I'm still in on Bijan. Honestly, you have to. This is playoff time, right? I'm assuming, Jeremy, you're in the playoffs. You can't risk the dud from Eckler. I don't think you need to risk. Well, okay. Yeah, Bijan has risk too. But so does JT. So do all these guys. I think Connor's the guy I feel the best about. I'm going to take Connor over JT and Eckler, and I'm going to go Bijan because I think the upside is greater for him. Bijan and Connor. Tight end McBride in the flex and PPR. I like Olave and I guess Cooper. It was hard. How about Hulk smash yo mom?
Okay.
Non-PPR flex Puka, Chandler, or Zeke.
Oh man. I mean, I almost always want to play the running back in non-PPR. Like, but I think here I still got to go Puka. He's got touchdown upside. He's got big play upside. I don't know. I just feel like he's a tier above these guys. I think even in non-PPR, I'm still going Puka here.
Even though Zeke gets the Hulk smash spot against the Broncos.
I know. I do like Zeke, but it's still Zeke and the Patriots.
That's a good point. It is still the Patriots. They actually have to score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's between Puka, Zeke, non-PPR. I mean, looking who has more touchdown upside. It's close between those guys. Puka is probably the safer pick here. John D, full PPR, Ferguson or Kittle?
I gotta go Kittle. Again, Kittle to me, just on any given week, he can just take your team over the top. It's hard. It would be hard for me not to play Kittle. I'm going Kittle.
Yeah, I'd only pick Ferguson if it was just a total smash spot for him. And it's not. Like, he'll be fine, but I would just take the upside. Kittle is a guy at tight end who can take it to the house on any given play. And then pick a quarterback, Love, Mullins, or Browning.
I think I go Browning. Not feeling good about Love this week. Not doing it with Mullins. Give me Browning.
Yeah, can't feel great about Love. You think, wow, Panthers, great spot. He's missing so many players on offense. Love is more just a floor play. Browning looks like he is in a better spot this week.
I don't even consider Panthers a good spot. They play so slow, and it's just...
Right. Well, you look at it like, oh, they're the worst team in the NFL record-wise. But they're not the best matchup on paper for a quarterback fantasy-wise.
Right.
So people just assume, oh, that you want to play them against the Panthers. So, yeah, Browning it is. Mel, H, Half, McBride or Hawkinson.
McBride. Go on McBride.
T, Higgins, or Garrett Wilson.
T. Higgins.
Yep. T. Higgins it is. And then Chuba or Eckler.
I'm going Chuba. It's a great matchup for Chuba this week. He's getting 20-plus carries every single game. Going Chuba. Chuba over Eckler. Jeez.
We are just it is Chuba. Just it's not UML, it's just fantasy. The fact that we're now playing the second string running back for the worst team in the NFL over last year's number one fantasy running back. That's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
That's just how it goes. Let's do this. It's a super flex question, and we like those. Sarat AI. Superflex, OBJ, JSN, or Nick Mullins?
Well, here I will say yes to Nick Mullins. He's good enough at quarterback for me that I don't feel like I have to play a non-QB, especially a fringy guys like this. I'm going to go Mullins.
Yeah, this might be tough if it was like Chris Olave or somebody like that. But
right.
Yeah, OBJ and JSN in half PPR. Let's just go with the quarterback. And then what is up? Juice, of course. Just wants to remind everyone it's Taysom Hill all day, every day. Well, what about this, though? It's Crypt, Taysom Hill, or Dalton Kincaid.
I'll go with Kincaid. Taysom Hill can get you 0 as well. Like, just give me Kincaid.
I love it. Both equal chances to get you nothing. I go Kincaid, too. All right, let's help Caesar out because it's a tonight question. Puka or Evans? Caesar Rodriguez.
Evans. Evans to me, especially this week at home against the Jags, I'm playing Evans.
Yeah, good as Puka's been, Evans is now just you have to start. there's no reason not to start him this week. What about David Uffner? Which tight end, Taysom or Kraft?
Kraft. I like Kraft this week, actually. Kraft.
Yep, definitely Kraft. And then getting
Ooh,
deep here, JSN or Slayton?
somebody must have watched the sneaky starts today. Can I go Slayton over JSN though?
Do it. Go it. Look, I don't know if you even noticed when we were doing our boom picks, we have our little spreadsheet with the notes, and for absolutely no reason. At one point, I put Darius Slayton on there. I was like, okay, he's going to be my guy. I was like, okay, no, that's too much. Like maybe as a sneaky star, but I can't pick him to boom. But my gut told me Darius Slayton.
There you go. Go Darius Slayton then. There you go.
Yep. There you go. Darius Slayton it is. Andrew, full PPR needs a flex Olave or Aaron Jones?
In PPR, I'm going Olave. I know Aaron Jones is a great matchup this week against the Panthers, but give me Olave.
Yeah. Aaron Jones, sure, maybe, but we can't say there's no risk here. It was a great spot for Bijan Robinson last week, and it wasn't. And even, maybe I got this wrong, I think he scored touchdowns, but, it's like, oh, Derrick Henry's going to play the Panthers. He's going to run for 500 yards because they're the worst. And he didn't. He scored, but he didn't go off against them. Right. So I don't know. I'd just go Olave. What's up, Vinny? With Keenan out, needs a receiver. Got Wilson, Reed, and those guys on waivers.
Nah, I think I go Wilson here. I don't know. Reed might be a bit safer if he plays. Reed hasn't practiced yet either, by the way.
Right.
So right now I'm going Wilson. We'll see about Reed.
Yeah, I would like to say this is Reed, but that toe just is an issue. So I think right now you got to keep Wilson locked in there. There's a ton of risk with Wilson because I guess it's Trevor Siemian, but at least he gets Washington. At least you can say, well, there's that. He can toast somebody just by getting the ball, maybe on a screen or something. So right now, keep it locked into Wilson. If you feel good enough about Reed, you can swap him out, but yeah. I think that's who it is. And then Ruman Ahmed, half PPR, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 flex. Got Gibbs, Bijan, Brees, Sutton, Puka, DK, and Devontae Smith.
All right, at running back, Gibbs for sure. I mean, you can't even say Brees isn't risky after. I don't know. I guess
any jet is risky.
I guess Gibbs and Bijan. I'm going Devonta Smith and Puka. I might just go Sutton at my flex. Is that crazy? You know what? Actually, I'm going to go the 3 running backs. At least 2 of those running backs should be good. And then Smith and Puka at wide receiver. That's what I'm going to in half PPR. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, Sutton's the one. I mean, you figure he's due to score because he's gone a week without getting a touchdown. But it's not like a smash spot against the Patriots. If nothing else, they don't give up a ton of points to receivers. So Sutton is fine. You want more upside, go for DK and hope that Geno Smith is back and they throw it and everything. Because it's a better spot for DK. If you don't want to risk it, or if Geno's not going to play, then you can just fall back on Sutton. But yeah, I think Devontae Smith, you got to start. Yeah, I'm definitely going Gibbs and Bijan. Okay, so Gibbs, Bijan, Smith, Puka. You want to roll the dice? You want some upside? Would you hate flexing Brees?
That's what I said. I'm going the 3 running backs. I'm just going to play all 3 running backs. I figure at least 2 of them should be great.
All right. Well, there you go. See what happens there. All right. Now, Mark, here he is. Okay, say something bad about Case Keenum because this is like the reverse jinx, apparently.
Oh, okay. Case Keenum's not a very good quarterback. I really don't have any strong feelings about Case Keenum, to be honest.
Case Keenum has never taken his team to the Super Bowl.
That is true. That is
never
true.
Will.
Never will. No.
He cannot beat the Cleveland Browns at home. Bet you that.
That's right.
All right, 95. What's up? Starting Olave, do you agree? Well, let's see. Got Puka, Garrett Wilson, and Nico on the bench.
Yeah, I'm starting Olave over those guys. I'm doing it.
Yeah. I think those guys are all solid, but still put Olave over them. Justin Triling, some tough decisions. Non-PPR. All right, well, let's go Fields or Purdy.
I'd probably go Purdy. He just feels way safer. He's been great. He's on the 49ers. I could see Fields having a bigger game, but I'd probably just go Purdy.
Yeah, Fields has more upside because we've seen what he can do, but it's so hard to bench Purdy. I mean, we don't feel like Purdy's going to just crash and burn because they're playing Baltimore defense, right? Baltimore's good, but not amazing. So I guess go Purdy. Olave or Ayuk?
I guess I'm going Olave slightly over Ayuk just because he doesn't have Debo to deal with.
Yeah, I'm going to go Olave too. Pollard or Swift at the flex?
Man, these are tough choices. These are all tough choices, honestly.
This is non-PPR.
I think I feel better about Pollard scoring because he doesn't have to worry about getting down to the goal line and Jalen Hurts taking all the touchdowns. So I might go Pollard over Swift.
Yeah, I think in non, you got to give the edge to Pollard. Swift is mainly just a floor guy these days, which is weird, but that's the way it is. And without the pass catching to really bolster his point total, Swift just not scoring touchdowns. All right, so Purdy, Olave, Pollard it is. All right, so Don's got a question. Full PPR flex, Swift, Njoku, Ferguson, Addison, Flowers, or Ty Chandler. Just picking one at full.
I probably go Swift here. Addison, if you want to shoot for the perceived ceiling after one random big game last week. But Swift has another good matchup. He got 20 touches last week. 18 carries, 2 catches. I'm going Swift.
Yeah, so I'm going to do as I do, work backwards, out on Flowers, especially this week against the Niners. Ferguson doesn't have as much upside as any of these guys. Njoku, like solid, maybe if I want to flex a tight end, but I don't think I would put him over those guys either. So to me, it's either Addison or Swift. So I will say Swift is safer. I think Addison might have more upside. I know it was like kind of random huge week from Addison, but I'm not out on Addison because of that. You know what I mean? Like saying, well, he's not going to do that again. No, he's probably not going to do that again. But he's at home against this Lions secondary, which is getting a lot of points. Mullins was throwing to Addison. Jefferson's back. Hawkinson's there. I think Addison could benefit. So if you want to play it safe, go Swift. If you want the upside, I think it's Addison. Now, if you want upside in your fantasy lineup, that's one thing. But if you want upside on your pick'ems, that was a really weak attempt to segue here. It's halftime. Let's do a commercial break. We are partnered with Underdog still. And if you didn't know that, well, shame on you. We've been partnered with Underdog all season long. And if you haven't tried Underdog yet, then double shame on you. You should try it right now because, number one, when you sign up, you get a 100% deposit match up to $100. That means every dollar you put in when you first make your account, they will match it. You double your money just for creating an account. And then you get this free pick. New customer special, still good for tonight. Got a little less than an hour. You can take advantage of this one. It's Matthew Stafford just going higher than 0.5 total yards. Yes, this is a free pick for you. You get this pick and you combine it with any other pick, you can triple your money. So check it out. There's a link down there below that can take you straight there, or you download the app. Use promo code ENDGAME to make sure that all of that applies. So if you haven't tried it yet, this is a perfect time to do so. And we will be doing another Underdog draft. We'll do these weekly drafts. You guys can draft with us and against us. Take us down in a weekly contest. So check it out right now. All right. If you did super chat, by the way, in the last 45 minutes, don't worry. We'll get to you. We're still catching up, and we will definitely answer all your questions before kickoff. Chris Chang. 2 running backs in a flex. Gibbs, Mostert, Bijan, Chandler, Henry.
I'm going Gibbs, Mostert, and Bijan still. I can't put Chandler over Bijan, and Henry's just as risky. Gibbs, Mostert, and Bijan.
Yeah, agree. Still in on Bijan. So it's the first 3. What about Mumble Dragon? We need 2, and a flex. Adams, Pittman, Rice, DK, Pollard, Moss, Chandler, Connor, Walker, and Javonte. And then Lamar or Purdy.
I might just go Purdy this week at QB. He feels safer, actually.
Yeah.
As far as the 2 wide receivers, Adams and Pittman if he plays. If not, Adams and probably Rice. 2 running backs. I'm going to go Connor and probably Pollard. It's PPR. I think at flex. I mean, if it's Adams and Pittman, if Pittman plays, then I'm going to flex Rice. If Pittman doesn't play and it's Adams and Rice, I'd probably flex DK.
Agree with all that. Can't play Moss even if JT doesn't play. Chandler's not as good as these guys. So Connor, Pollard, Adams, Pittman, Rice, and then it's Purdy this week. It's Purdy because of the matchups. Real quick, the Sun and Moon Sisters. Very cool. Is Eckler starter sit?
Probably mostly a sit.
Kind of weird, but he's like a desperation start, I guess. If you have nobody better. Oh man. Big Root. What's up? Hubbard or Barkley in full PPR?
I think I still got to go Barkley over Chuba. As much as I like Chuba this week, I still got to go Barkley.
Yeah, I don't think we can't overreact to Barkley's last week game, can we? I mean, it was bad, but still, he's got to be.
Yeah, I'm not overreacting to it. I'm going Barkley still.
Got to go Barkley, even though it's not a good matchup for Barkley. Yeah, but still, I'm gonna start Barkley if I have him. Phil, aka the Rico guy. I see you got the alma mater of Rico on the avatar there. Would you take a chance with Mullins or Stafford?
I'm going Stafford. He feels way safer. Going Stafford.
Yeah, you got to go Stafford. Mullins, what is his upside? I think last week was his upside. All right, let's get to Caden Chow. All right, well, appreciate you. Wide receiver 2 in a flex, Amari, Cortland Sutton, or David Njoku. 2 of those guys.
I'm going Amari and Sutton.
Yeah.
I feel good enough about them that I don't feel like I need to flex a tight end here.
Right. Njoku, I know he's been really good, but I think when you're talking about flexing him, it's got to be when you get to like the Odell Beckhams and Jerry Jeudy's and that type, right?
Yeah.
All right, now can we pick Austin Eckler over Javonte Williams?
Yes, I can pick Austin Eckler. This is a brutal spot for Javonte this week. Go with Eck.
As long as Javonte was any better than Eckler was last week.
True.
All right, Yvonne Davenport, Browning or Mullins?
I'm going Browning. I still feel pretty good about him. I'm going Browning.
Yeah, I think Browning's still solid. Now, asking to stream someone else, it depends who's available. I'd say Flacco's out there or Baker Mayfield. Those guys are like a little bit better. Is there somebody else that may be available that you would like better?
Probably not. I mean, if you're debating between Browning and Mullins, I doubt it.
Right. That's what I was thinking. So just say Browning. He's fine. His flex options, Chandler or Sutton?
I'm going Sutton. I like Sutton this week. It's not a bad spot for him. I'm going Sutton.
Yeah. Sutton, totally solid. Corey B. 2 leagues need help. All right. Then the first one, 2 running back, 2 receivers in the flex. Kyron White, Gibbs, Monty, Ayuk, Olave, Smith, and Metcalf.
Kyron and White at running back. Smith and Olave at wide receiver. It's PPR. I think I'm flexing Ayuk over Gibbs, but that's close. But so Kyron and White, Smith and Olave, Ayuk in the flex.
Yep, agree. You have to start Kyron. We got White as a must start too. The running back is actually, even though it's not easy, it's a little easy. Yeah, put Olave in your lineup. Metcalf is the riskiest here. All right, now here's League 2. Also needs, this one says 2 receiver, 2 and 2 flex. All right, Pollard, Bijan, Monty, Connor, CD, Jefferson, Higgins, Palmer, and then at tight end, Njoku or Ingram.
I'm going Njoku at tight end. I'm going Bijan and Connor at running back. CD and Jefferson at wide receiver. Higgins and Pollard will be my flexes.
Yeah, Njoku at tight end, CD Jefferson, Bijan, Connor, and you said you're flexing who?
Higgins and Pollard.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was gonna say I'm putting Higgins as a flex. Yeah, you can't play Palmer. Yeah, go Pollard. So there we go. We're locked there. All right, Corey, good luck. ×2. All right, Phil actually did have a question. Defense question. Texans, Green Bay, or the Dolphins? No, not the Dolphins.
No, I think I go Green Bay against Carolina. They should be more than good enough.
Yeah. You don't want to roll out defense against Joe Flacco. No, it's Green Bay. Marcos Alvarado. Well, Eckler or Devontae Williams.
We just did this. Eckler. I'll still go Eckler here.
It is Eckler. What about Diesel Dagger? Eckler or Chandler?
Oh, man. Here I might go Chandler if Madison is out. It's not a great spot for him, but we know he's going to get all the touches. He'll catch some passes. I might go Chandler, honestly.
I think so. Chandler was really good last week, and Eckler was really not. Salone Carter, Zeke or Swift?
I might go Zeke. In PPR, he's got 12 catches over the last 2 games. Like, I think he's got just as high of a floor of Swift, and he might even have a better ceiling this week. I'm going to go Zeke.
Yeah, I think the ceiling goes to Zeke. Swift is just getting vultured over and over again. He's not getting the touchdowns, not having the big games. And Marcos actually was asking also about his lineup. Purdy, Bijan, and now Eckler. CD, Debo, Kittle, Rashee Rice, Butker, San Francisco. Pretty solid.
Yeah, solid.
Eckler
major.
gives you something, then that's good. I think a lot of it's going to depend. I mean, obviously, you got a lot of Niners here. So you're really hoping San Francisco. This is not the best week. I'm not going to lie. Not the best week to be loaded on 49ers. But I think between Debo and Kittle with Purdy, I think somebody should come through. But I think then you're also going to need Bijan to do something. So hope the Niners roll and hope Bijan actually gets on the field. Gabe, Jacoby Myers or Josh Palmer?
I don't know. I'm going Palmer. No Keenan Allen. Going
well,
Palmer.
that's true. Keenan out. What we all want to know now? What did Jacoby Myers do to you personally that makes
nothing? I love Jacoby Myers earlier in the year. They benched Jimmy G. It is what it is. I'm not chasing a guy getting 2 catches. I'm not doing it.
This doesn't say if it's PPR or not. I might go Myers here because he's getting, touchdowns and he's got opportunity. Palmer's interesting because, like you said, Keenan is out. But who are they playing quarterback these days for the Chargers?
Easton Stick.
All right.
Yeah, I know. I don't love that. Definitely don't love that.
Pretty close between these guys. I would go Myers. He would not go Myers. William Klein, 1 defense, tight end, and QB. Got Bengals or Browns?
I mean, they're both good, but I'll probably take the Bengals at home against Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. Let's go Bengals here. And then I'm guessing Taysom Hill, Tucker Kraft, or Dalton Schultz.
Tucker Kraft. He's been pretty good. Christian Watson probably won't play. Jaden Reed banged up. I'll go Tucker Kraft.
Yep, Kraft seems like a good option. And then Geno or Browning.
I might go Geno over Browning. He gets the Titans. Not a bad matchup. I don't know. I don't know if Browning has a huge game this week. I might go Geno.
Yeah, you're going to have to make sure Geno is all good. Not just, oh, yeah, he'll give it a shot. He'll play. Like, make sure he's actually good. If he's good, it should be Geno. But you're going to have to know before Saturday. All right, what's up, our guy? Rise above anything. Maybe a tough one. Is it Pittman for sure if he plays, or would you consider Higgins?
Nah, Pittman for sure if he plays for me. Pittman for sure. I know Pittman's going to get the targets and the catches and the yards. Give me Pittman.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, Higgins could, and sure he was great last week, but we can't pretend that there's no risk here. So there we go. All right, let's see. I lost my place. Paul, do you see a super chat from Paul D? Because I don't see it. Maybe we missed it.
Take a look. If
I answered yours.
You may not have gotten there yet.
Yeah.
Right
Still
here.
maybe. Super chat.
Did we miss? I think we did this one. Did we? I feel like we did this one, but maybe not. But I go in half PPR. I'm going to go Connor over Puka and definitely Baker over Kyler.
Yeah, we may have done this one. So yeah, guys, we're a little behind here because we got a lot of comments and questions. We try not to just blur through everything, but yeah. So don't worry. We did say Baker over Kyler, and I would go Connor over Puka too. All right, let's keep going to the next super chat, which is Stephen Cotto. And again, at this point right now, to catch up, we're only going to be able to do the super chats because we've got to make sure we get these before kickoff. Half PPR, starting Tua, DK, Nico, Henry, Swift, Njoku, Pollard on the bench. Reed, Noah Brown, Zeke Kraft, Parker Washington. Recommendations?
Well, I'll say you don't even have another wide receiver in your lineup. If Reed plays, I'm playing him over Nico. Even if Nico plays, I'm playing Reed over Nico if he plays. But I think that's it. Yeah. Reed over Nico if he plays.
Yeah, you're set at tight end. Parker Washington, not really playable. What if, it's very possible, if Nico doesn't play and Jaden Reed doesn't play, would you pivot to Noah Brown then, knowing that Nico's out?
Yeah, then I probably would go Noah Brown. Yeah, he'd be number 3.
Yeah.
Or number 2, I guess.
Pretty much would have not any great options besides that. So, all right, Terry R. Puka or Ty, as in Ty Chandler?
Yeah, I'm going Puka over Ty Chandler. I like Puka tonight.
Stafford or Purdy?
I'm going Purdy. Purdy's been great. Give me Purdy.
Yeah. I don't think the matchup should scare you away too much. Stafford, more of a floor play. I feel like Purdy at least has the same floor as Stafford. Ridley, Chuba, or K9?
I'm going Chuba. Great matchup. Getting the work, getting the usage. I'm going Chuba.
There you go. Ridley, just too risky. Too risky. And then K9. I know he was good last week, but it's really not a good spot for him this week either. So let's just go Chuba. All right. Our guy Ayush in the chat. All right. 1 running back, 1 flex. Pollard, Jacobs, Puka, Zeke, Cooper, Chandler, Addison.
Yeah, I think I still got to go Pollard here at running back. And at the flex, I'm going Puka. Pollard and Puka.
Yeah, I think it would be Jacobs if he was in for sure. You can't feel good about Jacobs the way things are trending. I don't think it's going to be him. And even if he plays, doubt he's going to be close to 100%. So Pollard at running back, and then at flex. Yeah, I think Cooper. No, I mean Puka.
Yeah,
Puka Cooper. Pick one tight end: Kincaid, Goddard, Kraft, Everett, Mayer, or Hudson.
I think here I go Goddard. Kraft is interesting, but I think I still go Goddard.
Yeah, he's the only other guy I would consider. Everett, Mayer, Hudson. Sorry, too deep. Go Goddard, and hopefully he does something. I will say if Reed doesn't play at all, and of course Watson doesn't play at all, Kraft does become more interesting. If you feel like he has more upside, you could go Kraft, but Goddard seems like the smart pick right now. Luis Salamanca, Connor Pollard, Jacobs, Puka, Jefferson, and St. Brown. Who to start, who to bench? Well, don't know how many you need here.
Yeah, I don't know how many you need. I'll assume 2 and 2. Well, I don't know all right. I'll just. Yeah, I don't know if this is PPR, half PPR, non-PPR. I don't know how many you need. I would say, I mean, if Jacobs plays, I'll probably go Jacobs and Connor at running back, Jefferson and St. Brown at wide receiver. And then if you have to pick a flex between Puka and Pollard, if it's PPR, I'll go Puka. If it's non-PPR, I'll go Pollard.
Yeah, I mean, St. Brown has to be, like, no doubt. You have to start. And Jefferson would be 2 here. I don't even know if Jacobs is worth playing if he gets back on the field. He hasn't been practicing, right?
Yeah, but you got to think if he plays, they're giving him all the touches. So
yeah, if he plays and they say he's a full go, he's going to be a full go. But right now, I'm just assuming I'm not going to have Jacobs. So I would just say Connor, Pollard are your 2 running backs, and Puka would be the flex. So only play Puka, I guess, if you need somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Wizard Rods question: since I picked Connor as a boom, would I play him over Connor to Bijan? No, not at all. Remember, boom is guys we think have upside that aren't obvious. Like, we will never pick, like, Justin Jefferson or Christian McCaffrey. Like, we know those guys could have big weeks. So there might be some cases where I would pick a guy like that, but no, I still got to play Kyron Bijan. Doug Fenton: would you stick with Aaron Jones over these guys? Gus, Foreman, Spears, Chase Brown.
Yes.
Yeah. Gus should get more touches, and sure, he always has touchdown upside, but Aaron Jones is probably going to get at least as many touches as Gus, and he gets the Panthers, so yeah. Edgar Padilla: semis, needs roster help. It's standard. 2 and a flex, and a tight end and defense. Okay. Swift, Cook, Monty, Aaron Jones, and White. I'll get Zamir White.
All right.
And Charbonnet. And then got Lamb, Nico Rice, London Lockett, and then a tight end, it's either Hill or Ingram, and a defense, it's either Casey or Cleveland.
Ingram at tight end. KC against the Raiders at home. Cleveland against Case Keenum. That one's close. I might give KC the slight edge at home. Ingram at tight end, KC at defense, but that one's coin flip. 2 running backs are going to be Cook. I guess Aaron Jones. Maybe Swift. Actually, Swift and Cook are going to be my 2 running backs. My 2 wide receivers are going to be Lamb and Rice. This is standard scoring. I'll flex Aaron Jones in standard scoring against the Panthers. So Swift and Cook, Lamb and Rice, Aaron Jones in the flex, Ingram at tight end, Casey at defense.
Yeah, I agree. Ingram is the tight end for sure. Defense is close. I might give the edge to Cleveland, but either way,
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. I'm fine with
doesn't
that
matter. And then, yeah, definitely Lamb and Rice at receiver. And I guess since it's standard, you want to flex a running back. So let's say Cook for sure. I don't think I would go, even if Jacobs is out, I don't think I would consider White over these guys. So I think I would chase the upside of Jones, and then I'm not sure about Monty or Swift. I guess Swift. We've been saying Swift over him, so we'll go Swift. All right, Edgar, good luck. Luis Hernandez, full PPR, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex, Tua or Stafford.
Well, I have this decision. I'm going Tua.
Gotta go Tua. Well, you don't have to, but I would go Tua also. Mixon, Pollard, Monty, Achan. Need 2 of those.
Mixon and Pollard are my 2.
Yep. And then receiver, got JJ Smith, Olave.
Yes, I'm playing all 3 of them. So I'm playing 2 of them at wide receiver and 1 at the flex.
Yeah, this is full PPR, so you definitely want to flex one of those. So put Olave in your lineup, but put Olave at your receiver spot just to be safe. And then put Smith as your flex. Ingram or Ferguson in PPR?
I think I got to go Ingram in PPR.
Yeah. Ingram it is. AJA, happy holidays. All right. Standard PPR, which I think means just PPR in the semis. Right. Pick 2 running backs, 2 receivers in the flex. K9, Jacobs, Pacheco, Chuba, Chandler, B-Rob, Diggs, Puka, Higgins, Sutton, Watson.
All right. Well, I'll say if Jacobs is fine and he's fully go, I'm going Jacobs and Pacheco. If not, I'm going Pacheco and Chuba. At wide receiver, I'm going Diggs and Puka. And then I think I'm flexing Higgins. So either Jacobs and Pacheco or Pacheco and Chuba with Diggs, Puka, and Higgins.
Yes. Jacobs, again, I would right now just don't put him in your lineup. Assume he's not playing. Pacheco is playing, so Pacheco, Chuba, Diggs, Puka, Higgins. Yeah. All right, Gino Bravo. 2 receivers, Pittman, London, Noah Brown, Demarcus Robinson, or Dontavian Wicks.
Assuming he plays Pittman in London. If not, then probably Wicks in London. But it sounds like Pittman is trending towards playing. So Pittman in London.
Yeah. Robinson, no, too deep. Not with this group. I still like London, and Pittman's a must start. So there you go. Milo, Waddle or Puka?
I think I'm going to go Puka, honestly. I'm not feeling a big Waddle week this week with Tyreek Hill back. I think he'll be fine, but I think we could see a big Puka game tonight. I'm going Puka.
In this one, I would say I think generally maybe I'm just a little too low on Puka sometimes, but I feel like I'm usually lower on Puka than you. I think I would take a chance on the Waddle big game against the Cowboys if that game is a shootout. So I hate to split the decision here, Milo. This could go either way. You're asking more upside or floor. I feel like Puka definitely has the floor. I think that's easy to say. I feel like Waddle does have some more upside, but definitely riskier. So it depends what you're looking for. You're looking for upside, or you're looking for floor. So if you're looking for floor, it's Puka. All right, so We Buy Homes had a question in the non-PPR. We worried about a timeshare with Pacheco coming back.
I don't think so. I'm not worried about it.
Well, I think you got to ask yourself this. Was there a timeshare before he was hurt?
Right.
There wasn't. Edwards-Helaire wasn't even on the field, basically, and Jerick McKinnon was on IR or whatever. He was just not playing. No, those guys came out of the woodwork just because Pacheco was hurt. It's going to be basically almost all Pacheco. So don't worry about that. Could he get vultured at the goal line? Of course he could. It could always happen. But I don't think so. I don't think you should worry about it. K-Styles, Puka or DJ Moore?
DJ Moore. Against Cardinals, give me DJ Moore.
Yes, definitely DJ Moore here. Now, what about this one for tonight? Bryce Peak, Olave or Pittman?
I mean, you might just have to go Olave tonight, but it does sound like Pittman's going to play. But if you don't have any other options, I guess just go Olave tonight. But it's looking good for Pittman.
Yeah, I think it would be Pittman. I feel like he's going to play. He sounds like he's going to play. So just go Pittman. Cheese, 56218. Can only start 3 of these. Kamara, JT, Swift, or Walker?
I think I'm benching Walker. I don't know. Walker and JT. Swift. Yeah, I think I'm benching Walker. I don't know.
it comes down to JT, how good
Yeah.
you're going to feel about him.
I think I feel good enough.
Yeah, you should if he's playing. And remember, the Colts are still in the playoff race. JT, I mean, they didn't put him on IR because they wanted him back. He's back. He should be back. Kamara tonight, yes, definitely start Kamara tonight. And let's just say Swift is your number 2. If you feel good enough about JT, then put JT in there. And if you're worried about JT, then you can just go Walker. Ryan Connors in half. Hurts, Jefferson, AJ Brown, Debo, Kamara, McCaffrey, Kyron Williams, Kincaid, St. Brown, Montgomery. That's a good team. Debo over Kamara.
Yeah, but
well, if this is a flex, then can we put Debo over Monty?
Yeah, can you put Debo over Monty? I don't really understand. But I mean, he's got Debo in the other part, so I don't really get this. I mean, half PPR Debo over Kamara, probably. I mean, Debo just has that kind of upside that Kamara really doesn't, right? He has that like win you your week kind of upside. But I don't really understand like why that has to be a decision, I guess.
Yeah, because I see Jefferson, AJ Brown, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's 3 receivers right there. And then I see McCaffrey, Kyron Williams, and Kamara. That's 3 running backs. And then there's Debo. So I guess there's 2 flex. I'm going to guess there's 2 flexes here. So it doesn't. Where does Montgomery fit here? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so if Monty's on your bench, maybe that's what it is. If Monty's on the bench and you're just picking at the flex, Debo or Kamara, we're just going to say yes, Debo over Kamara?
Yeah, probably. He's just got crazy upside, but I'd ask, why can't you play both? Honestly.
Right. If it's over Monty, then you can play both guys over Monty. All right, Chris Laborde. No PPR. Going with Mayfield over Stafford. What do you think about that?
I mean, he's got more upside. He's riskier, but he's got more upside. So I don't hate it. I can't say I hate it, but
no, it's okay. Now 4 running backs have to sit 1. White, Achane, Pollard, Bijan.
If it's me, I'm sitting in Achane.
Yep. It is Achane. And then last start 1, Flowers, Lockett, or OBJ.
Oh, man. I mean, it sounds like Gino's going to play. It's the Titans. I might just go Lockett. I know he's been bad.
Can't be good. Feel good about Flowers or OBJ going against the Niners, so just go Lockett. Run CMC, a.k.a. Julio. Picked up Monty from waivers, because why not? Would you start him or Achane instead of Pollard, Gibbs, or Puka?
No, I'm not starting him over those guys.
Right. It's nice that you happen to get David Montgomery in the week before the season's over. But no. Danny D, full PPR, needs 1. Kincaid, Goddard, Henry.
I'm going Goddard in full PPR over these guys.
Yeah, I don't feel good about Kincaid. Don't care that you have Allen at quarterback because that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I would like to say Henry, but he is questionable, so just go Goddard here. William Wing, Puka or Pittman?
Well, if your only choice is Puka or Pittman, I guess just go Puka and don't risk it with Pittman, even though it does sound like he's going to play.
I would like to say Pittman. I think Pittman is the better choice, but if you're worried about it and you have nobody better to pivot to, you might just be better off going Puka. All right. Axe Rock, Mireles, Puka, DK, or Rice for wide receiver 2 and flex. So who's sitting here?
I'm sitting DK out of these guys.
Yep. I am too. So get Puka in your lineup. Sean M, happy holidays. All right.
Happy
Thanks.
holidays.
Appreciate that. Needs 2 receivers, 2 running backs, a flex, and a tight end. Cooper, Nakua, DJ Moore, Bijan, Etienne, Chandler, and Warren. And then there's Laporta and McBride.
DJ Moore and Puka at wide receiver, Bijan and Etienne at running back, McBride over Laporta, and then I'm going to flex Cooper.
Definitely want to start DJ Moore, Nakua, Bijan, Etienne. I would say this. You got McBride at tight end. I think Laporta might be worth a flex over Cooper. It's going to be your call here, Sean. Cooper's safer, but I think Laporta might actually have more upside. So I don't hate flexing Laporta. Jim K. PPR, 2 running backs, 2 receivers in the flex. Kyron, White, Zeke, Bijan, Lamb, Puka, Smith, and Flowers.
Kyron and White at running back. Lamb and Smith at wide receiver. It's full PPR. I'll flex Puka over Bijan. I won't risk it with Bijan. I'll flex Puka.
Yeah, Bijan is the guy, but you don't need to risk him here. If you're really feeling lucky, if you really want the upside, if you, for some reason, don't like Puka, then you can flex Bijan, but you should probably just not. All right, Juice. With the
Bills.
defense question.
We don't have time for this. Bills.
Hugo. 2 receivers, 2 running backs, 2 flex. Rashad White, Kamara, Olave, Ayuk, Brees Hall, Singletary, Garrett Wilson, Brian Robinson, McLaurin, and Spears.
All right. White and Kamara at running back. Olave and Ayuk at wide receiver. And then I'm going Brees. Oh, man. Am I going both Jets? I'm going both Jets at flex.
Yeah. It's the Commanders. We thought Terry McLaurin could have a big week like he did have a big week. I don't think we feel that this week with Terry McLaurin. So no to the last 3. Hard no to the last 3. All right, Vigito, Flacco or Stafford?
I'm going Stafford. Much safer. Stafford.
Yeah, just go Stafford. You're fine. MC, start 1 running back and a flex. JT, Barkley, Wilson, Amari. PPR.
I'm going Barkley and Amari. I'm still trusting Barkley. Barkley and Amari.
Yeah, I got to feel better about Barkley than JT at this point, and no reason to risk it with Wilson if you got Amari. All right, we have Shrek 2 still on DVD and still needs 2 from this group. Gino, DeVito, Heineke.
Gino and Heineke, I guess. He's at home at least. Gino and Heineke.
Yeah, and then 1 out of Singletary, Rashawn, Spears.
Singletary, definitely. He's getting the touches. Chase the touches.
Definitely Singletary. And then Badgley or Groupie. Is Badgley even in the league still? I swear I did not know that. It's Groupie. Muth or Ferg?
Ferguson. I'm going Ferguson over Muth.
Jake Piazza, half PPR, flex, Gus, OBJ, or Noah Brown. He's a major underdog, so upside.
Yeah, I'm going Gus. I know it's a tough matchup, but he's going to get the touches now with Keaton Mitchell out. He's got touchdown upside. I'm going Gus.
There you go. Go Gus in half. Cali Kid needs 1 out of Goff, Mullins, Flacco.
I think it's got to be Goff. I think he's like a tier above these guys. I'm not scared of him on the road against the Vikings. I'm going Goff.
Agree. Goff it is. Brent Rohrbach. Puka or Metcalf? People not noticing Puka's start is better than his second half.
I think most people have realized that Puka has not been. I remember early in the season, Puka was like being ranked as like a top 5 wide receiver. Now he's like in that 15-ish kind of range. But Metcalf's whole season hasn't been very good. Let's be real. He's had like 1 or 2 games basically. I'm going Puka tonight. I like Puka tonight.
Yeah, I think Metcalf could, but just take what you're getting from Puka because we still don't even know about Geno Smith. Aaron Martinez in non-PPR needs a quarterback, running back, 2 receivers, tight end, and flex. What are your thoughts for one of these 3 for flex? Okay. Addison, likely Zeke.
In non-PPR, I'm going Zeke. I like Zeke enough this week. I like the matchup enough. In non-PPR, I'm going to usually favor the running back, so I'm going Zeke.
Yeah, I think you got to go Zeke and non. Let's say Addison definitely has touchdown upside, but still put him behind Zeke. So if you're just asking who to flex, go Zeke. All right, getting there. Hustle Kings. That's us right now. Devontae Smith or Rashee Rice at the flex.
I think I still got to go Smith. It's close, but I think I still got to go Smith.
Yeah, I mean, Rice has been so good lately, but Smith still has the upside. It's the Giants. I think you're going to have to chase that potential, that big upside. You're good either way, but let's go Smith for now. Jamel Joyner in half. Derek Carr tonight or Jordan Love?
Jordan Love. Give me Jordan Love. I'm not starting Derek Carr. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and this is a road game against a pretty good Rams defense. I'm pretty sure we'll see a Carr letdown. All right, what about Sidekick Kid? Bijan, Kamara, Pollard, or White? Pick 2, and this is non-PPR.
Even in non-PPR, I think I got to go Kamara and White. I mean, White's past the point of being like PPR only. He's putting up yards. He's scoring touchdowns. I'm going Kamara and White.
Yeah, White has been scoring. I think White is still a smart pick here. Yeah, go Kamara. I guess you don't need to risk it with Bijan. Sure, he's a little bit more upside, but Kamara and White, rock solid. Both have touchdown upside. All right, what about Armando Cortez? Would you go Puka over DK?
Yep, I'm doing Puka over DK. Yes.
Chris just eats.
Okay.
Shaheed Pickens or Gabe? Agent Zero Davis.
You cannot play Gabe Davis. You cannot risk the 0.
You really shouldn't.
I guess Pickens. I guess Pickens and hope for the best.
Yeah, exactly. Hope that Mason Rudolph chucks it deep and the defense forgets that George Pickens is there.
I guess.
Hustle Kings, Denver or Green Bay defense?
I'm going to go Denver against Bailey Zappi at home.
Yeah, Denver, definitely a solid pick here. I mean, they both are. But Brent Rohrbach now, Goddard, Waller, or Kmet?
I'm going Kmet. I like Kmet this week. I'm going to put Kmet over these guys.
I really hope Kmet comes through because I'm playing him now in the playoffs over Dalton Kincaid. Hey, it's Arizona. I'm feeling a big Fields game. Let's go. Kmet has touchdown upside. Why not? Hey, game is about to start. Last chance. You got any last second start sit questions? Now, don't forget, you still got questions for this weekend. We will be live every day until the games start. We're going to be live, probably doing a draft tomorrow, I assume, right? Do an Underdog.
Yes.
Here you go. Which I'll talk about in a second. Saturday, we're going to start a little earlier than usual because the games are, well, there's 2 games on Saturday and they're a little earlier. So we'll be 1 p.m. Eastern, I believe, on Saturday. Basically 3, right? I think it's 1 p.m.
Something like that. Yeah, I think so.
Basically 3 hours, 3 hours before. And Sunday morning, as always, 3 hours before kickoff. Answer all your questions. And then tomorrow, check us out. Last super chat here. This is for tonight. Austin Hicks, Olave or Eckler in non-PPR?
Olave. Just give me Olave.
Yeah. Even the touchdown upside for Eckler. Like, where is that? Where is it?
Yeah.
Is he going to wind up being the biggest bust of fantasy this year by the time it's all said and done, Eckler, because he did nothing during the fantasy playoffs? That might be what happens.
He might be.
What about Hustle Kings, Likely or Kittle?
Yeah, I'm just going Kittle. He just got insane upside. I'm still going Kittle.
Yeah, look, both these guys have terrible matchups. They're going against each other, and they're both the toughest tight end defenses. Who do you prefer? The guy who's set records at tight end, or the guy who's, only got a starting job? Because I know Likely's been good, but I'm going Kittle. Let's go. All right. Anything else urgent for tonight? Remember, we'll be back to answer all the rest of your questions. All right. How about this? Chris Hampton, Puka or Njoku?
Puka. Puka's good enough. I don't feel like I need to flex a tight end. I'm going Puka.
Right. Still should be solid. Yeah. Okay. Where you got that one? Nicholas Auger, Brees or Puka? Already has Cup.
I mean, if you want to differentiate, go with Brees. He's got upside, but he's also got tremendous risk. I probably just play Cup and Puka myself.
Yeah, it's rolling the dice here. If you want to go Brees, if you want to do it, you can. He definitely has a great spot, but Puka is the safer play. So I get not wanting to be all in this week. Look, we were all in on the Rams last week, and Cup was great, and Puka was okay. What about Luis Estrada, Rashee Rice, or Chris Olave?
I'm still going Olave.
Yeah, I go Olave. Olave 2. Got Parker Payne, Ridley, or Swift?
Right now, just give me Swift. If Trevor Lawrence plays, maybe I'll change my mind, but right now, just give me Swift.
Yeah, I'm just taking the floor. Swift. Ridley, how many times can he let us down before we just bash our heads into the wall? What about Daquan Brandon, Olave, or Walker?
I'm going Olave.
Yeah, Olave. Gotta like Olave tonight. Is the game kicked off yet?
Just about to, yes.
Okay, one more. How about Jeremy Zawoski? Puka, Cup, Addison, pick 2.
I'm playing the Rams wide receivers.
Yeah, definitely Cup. You definitely want to play Cup. Yeah, just go Puka Cup. All right, let's call it. You guys got football to watch. We got football to watch. We'll be back. Don't worry. Check us out tomorrow because we're going to get another Underdog draft in, which, by the way, maybe your time is up to take this new special of Matt Stafford higher than 0.5 yards. But don't worry. If you sign up right now for Underdog, you'll just get a different one because they're going to do also for Sunday's game another new special. Remind me, who is it on Sunday? I feel like is it Lamar Jackson again? Or am I wrong?
Probably. I haven't looked yet, but probably.
Yeah. It doesn't matter who it is. Whoever it is, take the higher because it's going to be some really good quarterback who just needs 1 yard and you get that pick. So you basically, as soon as you sign up for Underdog, you get a free pick and you get that deposit match and it's fun and you win money and it keeps you in the game long after fantasy season is over, doing the pick'ems, doing the drafts. So again, it's worth it. We'll be doing this all off season as well. So we'll give you ways to both play and enjoy fantasy and win even when the NFL season is over. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. We'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully. And then on